I know what you're thinking. Fast and Furious is not what it used to be. It used to be about the cars and the underground street racing and the occasional heist. Now it's all about international espionage, gravity-defying stunts that are so extreme and unrealistic you can barely stand to watch it. But trust me, this one's actually pretty good. Now, Fast X is still runs the extreme stunts, but it's dialed down significantly from the past couple movies. Fast 10 is a pretty good movie. It's a lot better than the past two. For me, I say the franchise ended at 7. It was the perfect ending. I'm not going to get too far into that. The rest of the franchise from that point on, it kind of took a whole different turn. And not so much in a good way. But this one is really grasping for the old essence of what Fast and Furious started as. They throw more of the cars in there. It's about the love of the cars. At least that's the way it starts out. And the cars are not outfitted with stupid crazy things like magnets or monster mud tires and parachutes that are being thrown out of planes. Although we do know from the trailer that Dom's Charger does get driven off the back of a cargo plane, but that's a whole nother story. These stunts are still extreme, as I was saying, but they aren't as bad. And they are somewhat like, all right, it's a movie. I kind of sort of want to believe this, so we'll let this slide. That's what I mean. So if you're thinking like 8 and 9 on how crazy they were about launching a car off a cliff and hooking a helicopter or jet to it with a grappling hook, no, it's not that bad. So that's why I say it feels almost a little bit like they're trying to grasp the Fast and Furious of old. They do lean very heavily on family in this movie. And I'm not just talking about Dom and how he feels about each crew member. I'm talking about how every crew member feels about each other. There is an evolution, I will say, almost on how close-knit this family and crew is. And John Cena plays a huge role in this movie. I like him so much more in this one than I did in the last movie. He is as involved as a character as well. I do like the way he is not only been accepted into the family, but the role that he plays in it now. Dom's son also plays a huge role in here. And they all band together to protect each other from Donte, who is Jason Momoa's character. And I will say right out of the gate, he plays what I will consider the best Fast and Furious villain to date. This movie would not have been as good without him. And it has been said by other reviewers and critics that he kind of resembles Heath Ledger's Joker. And I was like, I don't get what you really? Joker. Like how? But trust me, he does. This dude is sadistic. He's off his rocker crazy, schizophrenic, just a couple fries short of a Happy Meal, this guy is. And he plays that role so well to the point where I want to see him do the Joker. He could totally pull this off. But he brings that essence to Fast and Furious, and the way that he has this sarcastic, crazy, villainous mentality, just the way he plans things out in such detail, but has so much fun doing it. It's just a riot watching this guy. I would say he was probably my favorite character in this entire movie. Dom was great. John Cena did great. There's so many other actors that did a phenomenal job in this movie, but Jason Momoa, hands down, amazing. Now, being a longtime fan of the franchise, and when I say long time, I mean I saw the very first Fast and Furious in the theater. Yes, I was a teenager. I saw it in the theater. It was this is an incredible experience. And since then, I've been following the franchise very closely. This is definitely the best movie since 7. And I love how in this one, they focus a lot on the different cars. Again, they're not extreme cars. I say that and digress because there is a cannon car. Yeah, okay, so there's one extreme crazy car. It's a cannon car. Don't want to spoil that for you, but too late, I already did.
in cars.
But all the rest of them, they're just cars. They're cool cars. They're lower. They're fast. They're sleek. But there's nothing like something I could go find out in a car show somewhere, you know? So that's what I can relate to, and that's what I like. There are a handful of surprises in this movie, some of which I should have expected, some of which I did not even come close to even thinking was possible. So a lot of them still need to be explained. We know this is a two-parter, and the way this one ended, you might as well just written to be continued on the screen, because that's how straight cut this thing ended. There was no cliffhangers. I mean, there were some cliffhangers, but it literally just chopped it off at the end. It was like, boom, done. And you're like, well, we were right in the middle of that. Now what do we do? Now I'm getting sucked into the second one. That's how they're going to suck you into the next movie, is they cut it off right in the middle of something important, and then you're like, crap, now I got to wait. But that's Hollywood. That's how they do it. That's how they suck you in to get you to watch the next movie. But it's good. I do like this movie. I thought it was fun. It was enjoyable. I walked out of there with a smile on my face and fulfillment. Finally, I felt fulfillment from a Fast and Furious movie since, again, the end of 7. So if you haven't watched it and you have hesitations, put that hesitation aside. Go watch the movie. Then let me know what you thought of it. If you did see it already, which I know you probably have because I'm a little late getting this review out, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. Try not to spoil too much for anybody who hasn't seen it already. Hit the like button on your way out and the subscribe button. I'm Kevin, and I'll see you at the concession stands.